Investing in Africa. I choose this university because of its servant leadership model and also its mission, which is to train professional servant leaders with spiritual and moral values who will contribute to the sustainable development of their community. In CUIB, we are being taught to think out of the box with a growth mindset. The lecturers and staff.
Hello dear TV friends, and welcome to our weekly program Inside CUIB. That program where we bring to you what's happening in the Catholic University Institute of Boya, and we make you to understand the various facets of this beautiful institution, a pride for the Diocese of Boya. And today we are going to be taking you around the School of Agriculture, and today we are going to be going right to their farm to see what they are having for us. Stay tuned and watch us as we take you around this program.
Train our students is in such a way that by the time they graduate, they can be able to create jobs for themselves. And we know that agriculture is the backbone of every nation, and so they will never lack what to do. So we'll be taking you around the farm where we have many crops in our farm. We have the plantain farm that we started in 2022. So we have the old section, and then we have the new section where you can see actually we are in the new section that is only for about 9 to 10 months now, and they're already at their reproductive stage. Before we have the planting materials, we train the students on how to bring out these planting materials themselves. What they do is that they start from the PIF method. The PIF method is producing plantlets from fragments. So based on certain characteristics, you might have some certain characteristics like the different varieties. You have a very good variety like the giant variety, the Ebanga variety, that is very interesting, and you want to multiply the suckers. So you get just few suckers, and then you actually prepare them, and you use the sawdust where we have an incubator, and we put those suckers there, and then now from one sucker you can have about 30 to 40 suckers. So that's what we mean by the PIF multiplication method. You can actually use the full sucker itself, so you get the full sucker. But looking at this full sucker method, you need a lot of energy, you need a lot of financial implications, because if you have to transport the suckers, you need more sophisticated materials to transport. But with the PIF, you can transport even about 1,000 suckers within a very short environment. So that's how we get the sucker, that's how we get the planting materials. Among others, the students are also taught on how to produce organically, because if you look at the way the world is going today, we have a lot of those diseases outside there that are coming from what we consume. And based on this, we want to train agripreneurs with that mindset of taking into consideration the environment. And when we talk about the environment, we are looking at the natural resources like the soil itself, the consumers, the atmosphere. So when we are producing, we try to use those sustainable methods that can preserve this environment. And so the students are trained on how to use natural fertilizers like compost manure. They themselves can produce the compost manure. They can use animal manure like fowl droppings, cow dung, pig manure, and all of that. And they have been taught on how to because we know that even the animal manure also have some bacteria and all of that. So they are being trained on how to minimize the impact of these bacteria on crops. So the students pass through the process of composting with these materials, and so they can produce a natural manure that is eco-friendly, environmentally friendly, and also good for the health of the consumer. So now the students will be taking you guys on the different activities that have been carried out so far in the experimental farm. We have the maize farm, we have the cucumber farm, we have the pineapple farm, we have the vegetable farm, and we have the plantain farm. So the students will be giving you people an insight of what they have been doing with as far as these various crops production is concerned.
Amazing viewers of the TMRT, I'm called Yenkon Yannick, a level 1 student in the School of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Catholic University of Oya. Today we are in our demonstration farm at Wokaka. Our farm consists of about 9.5 hectares of land where we cultivate various crop varieties like pumpkin, maize, plantain, cucumber, pepper, and a lot. So today we'll be taking you through our farm so you can see the various crops. Welcome to our pumpkin farm. Today we are weeding our pumpkin. As you can see, it's at the maturity stage. Pumpkin is cultivated for its nutritive and health benefit, which is rich in vitamin A, natural sugar, good for diabetic patients, and as you can see, our farm is at the maturity stage, which is 3 months for the pumpkin leaves and about 5 months for the pumpkin fruit.
Pumpkin, Cuib Hour, is cultivated for its fruits and vegetables. It has a lot of health and nutritional benefits. Firstly, it is highly rich in vitamin A, which helps to improve and boost the eyesight. Secondly, it contains iron that helps to boost hemoglobin and the blood content of our body. Also, it is highly rich in fiber and water that helps to ease digestion. Again, pumpkin contains a natural sugar that is recommended for diabetic patients.
Pumpkin is highly consumed in Cameroon and worldwide.
Good afternoon, viewers. I'm Enia Fabrice. I'm a student in the School of Agriculture. Here we are in corn farm. Right, as you can see, we are doing some cleaning to make the crops have ventilation for them to produce very well. And as you can see, the maize are already at their productive stage, and it is a crop which it doesn't take long to get ready, because it's not up to 3 months, just about 2.5 months, and you can see that the crops are already doing well. And we produce in the School of Agriculture organically without the use of synthetic fertilizer. As you can see, the greenery of the crop already tells you the ability of the nutrients found in the soil. And the maize are rich in some nutrients like carbohydrate, calcium, and phosphorus. These crops, you can use them in so many ways. You can produce corn flour from here and many other things. Even in the brewery industry where they produce beer, they also use maize to do this. This is to tell you that corn has a high value as far as the economy is concerned.
We are in our pineapple farm. The pineapple was planted in March. The pineapple is 3 months now. Pineapple takes 18 months to be ready. Planted 2 types of pineapple, the crown and the seed. Pineapple is very good. Pineapple is a fruit which is good in digestion, and we also use pineapple to produce juice. We use different 2 types of planting materials here. Pineapple crown and the surface.
In the second phase of our pineapple propagation process, as you can see, the students have done some lining to enable them plant in a straight line. They are already planting the suckers at a planting distance of 50 centimeters between plants and 60 centimeters between rows. This to enable the plants grow well, minimize competition among the plants, and give us healthy and bigger fruits. We have to note that the longer the planting distance, the bigger the size of the fruits. Here we train the students by doing. It's not just enough doing it in the classroom, but you have to do the practical parts in the field. It is only when you do it in the field that you actually have a better experience in respect to the classroom knowledge.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Prince Will from the School of Agriculture and Natural Resources. So today I'll be talking about vegetable crops. Vegetable crops are short cycle crops, meaning they can be produced within a short period of time. Today I'll be talking precisely on huckleberry and sweet bitter leaf. These huckleberry are being cultivated in 3 stages. We have the nursery stage, where you nurse your huckleberry and you transplant them, which is the second stage for growth, same as the sweet bitter leaf. The third stage is production and the maturity of the sweet bitter leaf and the huckleberry crops. Now these huckleberry crops are vegetable crops which are being consumed in our nations, mostly consumed widely in our nations today. Can be used to produce various types of good meals such as kati and dole with ripe plantains.
This section of our farm is being covered with plantain crops. This plantain were being planted in different sets. We have the 2022 set, 2023 set, and the 2024 set. The planting distance we use here is 3 by 2, that's 3 meters between rows and 2 meters between plants. As you can see, it's already producing. This time period from the planting time to the production time depends on a certain number of factors. That's the soil, the plantain variety, which we have, as I earlier mentioned, Bikebanga, Brokutiri, French Giant. The economic values of these plantains are the suckers, the bunches, the leaves. The bunches which can be used for as a plantain flowers or eaten directly with some things like vegetables like dole and others. As planting material in this farm, we use two types of planting materials. That is the plantain suckers, which we harvested directly from the plantain stem, as you can see right here, and we also use the plantain plantlets, which were being multiplied through the pith method.
Some time with the students as I took you around the farm to show you the activities that I've been doing. I just want to emphasize that the students you have seen all along are the level 1 students. We call them the freshman students, and you can just imagine by the time they will spend 4 years here what they will become. I assure you that they will be great entrepreneurs. They will be great entrepreneurs. Okay, you have gone around the farm, you have seen what the students have had for you. Now, how do you get into the programs? How do you come into the programs? We have different programs. Talk about the integrated program, with a BSc program for 4 years. We equally have the 2 years program which is the HND program, and we have two specialty in that program. We have the agro-pastoral advisors, and then we have the food technology. So it's a 2 years program, and even after you have graduated from that 2 years program, you can still continue in the BSc program at the level 3. So when you have your PhD, your HND, you can now come in now and look at level 3 and make 2 years and have your BSc. So those are the programs. We equally have the master's program on different areas of sustainable agriculture, like crop production, animal production, food and nutrition. So we have those areas. And now we know that agriculture is an area where people think that it's more of science oriented. But don't be afraid. Most of my students even are the art students, and we have even experience have even shown that those art students they even do even better than some of the science students. So don't be afraid that I have only an art background, I will not be able to cope up. The lecturers know that we have those kind of students in class, and so the way we treat the lectures, we go right down to the grassroots level so that the students can all get it and be at the same level. So if you have your ordinary level 4 papers and you have your A levels 2 papers, be it in arts or sciences, you are free to join us. And the Bishop of the Diocese of Boya is trying to encourage young Cameroonians who have passion in agriculture, because we have seen that people think that agriculture is a poor man's job, it's a strenuous job, it's a dirty job and all of that, but they forget to know that most of the billionaires in the world are actually having their money from agriculture. So we are encouraging young Cameroonians who have passion for agriculture to come, and that's why the Bishop has put out there a scholarship for the students, for those who are interested. So we have a scholarship for people who are there, and we pray that you come and join us and benefit from that scholarship. Apart from that, we want to thank all our viewers for always being there with us, and hope to see you in the next edition of our program. Thank you.
School of Agriculture,
Organic agriculture for a healthy environment.
Dear TV friends, thank you for watching, and you were with the School of Agriculture, Catholic University Institute of Boya. I'm sure you enjoyed this wonderful tour with the first year students in agriculture, and we hope to come back here again for our program. Thank you all for this wonderful program. Thank you for being there with us, and we thank you for all the production you do. And for general supervision today, it came from the station manager, Madam Joyce Bong. And behind the camera, we had our seminary working with us in DMR TV, Jude Aka. And for your host, I have been Father Rodrigue Yangsi. Stay tuned to DMR TV and watch other interesting programs. DMR TV,
Sharing the light of hope.
Culture and natural resources.
Dear TV friend, welcome once more, and that was the School of Agriculture in the Catholic University Institute. And now I bring you back to the studio this day, and we are on our program Cuib Hour, that program which we make you to know more about the Catholic University Institute of Boya, the pride of the Diocese of Boya. And today, for this second part of the program, I'm going to be talking about something more, as you see on your screen. And I am in the company of two students here with me. Maybe on my left, I begin with my left. I am here with Amma Brandon, the president of CUSAP. You are very much welcome, Amma Brandon.
Thank you, Father. It's a privilege being here today.
Thank you very much. You're welcome, Amma Brandon. You say you're the president of CUSAP. You're going to be telling us what CUSAP is all about, and let us know what it's meant to be. And on my right, we have another person, Salah Dilis. I'm sure you're not new on this program too. You were there last time. And this is the vice president of Stuga, level 300 student. You're very much welcome, Salah Dilis.
Thank you, Father, and I'm very honored to be on this program again.
Okay, thank you. You say you're the vice president of Stuga. Please tell us again what Stuga is all about.
Okay, Stuga is actually an acronym, and its full meaning is Student Government Association. It is a body that helps the school administration to see activities to interact with students. It helps the administration interact with students, get students' worries, complaints, and forward them to the school administration.
Okay, so you are like an intermediary between the students
and the administration.
Administration. So how does it work down there in CUIB as the vice president? What is your function as the vice president in Sugar?
Okay, as the vice president, I work hand in hand with my president, which is not on this program today. So our main role is to see into it that the school is functioning well with the help of the administrative members. We see into students' complaints, see how we can bring innovations, see how we can help students, the interactions and all of that. It's a whole lot. And
wow, so I think it's also a way of giving you leadership skills.
Yes.
So we believe that if you are here, you are going to be the voice of the students to cry and to say what the students really intend. So how long have you been in office, and what have you achieved this time in office? And yes.
So I've been in office since the beginning of the academic year 2024-2025, that's December, till this very period. So far, we have been able to handle a couple of activities like the bonfire night. We have been able to assist students, especially HND students, which are presently writing their examinations, see to little issues and channel them to the school administration. And we look forward to doing more for the students. Okay,
thank you very much. And we are really happy having you here today, because you are going to bring to us what the students have in mind and what the students represent. And with you, Ama Brandon, you say you are the president of Cuib, and you are level 200. So tell us more about Cuib in the Cali University Institute of Boya.
Thank you very much, Father, for the question. Cuib is the Catholic University Health Science Association of Boya. The students from the School of Health Science coming together to actually know how to adapt to the system of the school. We have a vision and we have a mission in Cuib. So I'll just outline some of the vision of Cuib. First of all, we have Cuib to enable students function together in school, like relating with each other in school. Secondly, to guide junior students by orientating them, like the junior students who are coming in, like the ones who are considering coming in this year. We help them, guide them, we adapt to the environment, we encourage them. Thirdly, we give students the opportunity to practice leadership activities and skills in the School of Health Science. And fourthly, to unite the students throughout the academic career, both in school and during their internships. Yeah, we actually now in our school we usually have internship, and the school has done it so well that they don't separate some of us. They don't separate us in the School of Health Science. When you're going for internship in this hospital, all the students go there for internship. It keeps you always bonding together. At least you can lean on somebody and the rest. And then we have our missions as Cuib as well. So one of the some of the missions of Cuib, to create educational activities within the School of Health Science. For instance, we organize stands during events. We carry out some basic tests, maybe the HIV test, the genotype.
Yes, I think we always see them on various occasions when people are around school. I see people always come out with their health issues. Okay.
Exactly. We do that to help to create awareness on some certain simple diseases. When prevented, we can actually combat them. Second, we print out t-shirts, like you can see me putting on. This is a Cuib t-shirt I'm putting on.
Okay. I was about to ask you about the t-shirt, because they say the CIB uniform is the blue and white, so I saw that, so I was about asking.
So we print out t-shirts as well for all the students who come into the school. So that like when you saw us during that program, you saw us we were wearing t-shirts and a lab jacket. Yeah. That is to identify us that this is actually the students of School of Health Science. Tell you, we set up activities like health talk, as I just said. The other time we at Bishop Jus Peter to give health talks on hygiene. We were at the Cuib College to talk on the midwifery day and the rest. And we also we promote discipline among the students and unity. Actually, when you come to us, if you come to CUIB, if I'm not like taking credits, but I think School of Health Science is the most united school in the school in CUIB, because we always see us doing our things together. We are always there to help each other and the rest. So those are some of our missions and our visions for CUSAP.
Okay, thank you. So now you see it's like a government within a government. Okay, yeah. You as Tuga, you relate for all the students. You stand for all the students.
Yes.
And then as president of CUSAP, you stand for the health sciences.
Eventually.
So has there been any clash of government or clash of leadership between you both?
Well, at my own level, I'll say no. Rather,
Okay.
I've had meetings with the School of Health Sciences to see how we can improve. For example, they usually bring some complaints to us, their difficulties. I remember one time they were talking about internship. That is help. They bring their issues also. We can channel them to the right places where they're supposed to be heard. So it's not like a clash. Rather, I'll say it's a helping hand. With him as president of their association, it helps us to easily get the students from school.
Okay, well, it helps us to easily get and to unite and to help the government of the school. I think it's beautiful, and as an entrepreneurial school, it gives us opportunities of leadership, to know that there is leadership at every level, every stage, and you have to give support to some people. At the same time, you have to be subject to some other people, and for the beauty of the program. So for today's program, our president of SUGA, we have the EOC in action. Please, can you tell our viewers more about why we have EOC in action today?
Okay, so EOC in action. Yesterday we had a field trip and excursion. We went to Limbe, so we visited some places. We were at Tech Club, we went to my Beach, we went to Down Beach. EOC in action comes in this way. University Institute of Boya, there's a particular time set where all students come together. EOC is actually this act which brings students from different departments, different denominations. It brings all of us together, leading a sense of belonging and togetherness. So activities like these excursions or field trip are what brings the students together for us to have fun aside academics. There's a saying which goes, learning without playing makes Jack a dull boy.
Okay.
So field trips like this are very necessary for the students to relax and all of that.
Okay, that's economy of communion. So, economy of communion, EOC in action. So with this, so what was the goal? What was the particular goal in this particular field trip? Why did you organize this field trip? And where did you bring students to this time around?
Okay, I'll say it again. Learning without playing makes Jack a dull boy. From this, I think everybody can easily get what was made of this trip.
On the trip.
So we noticed that students will be writing their second semester examinations next week, and we saw it that students really need to relax their minds, feel free. It's not only about learning, they need to relax as well, so that they can easily blend everything. And also this activity was also set as a means of communication. Majority of us are always in the classrooms. We don't really know people from other departments or other levels, so this one was an opportunity for us to interact with each other. This is a second semester, and many of us will be leaving. The final year students, they'll be leaving. We don't know where we're to meet who any moment from now. So this was like, I'll say, a portal for interaction, get to know students, have fun, make some noise, publicize the school and all of that.
Okay, I think it's not really easy to gather students from the whole school, because as you have actually said, the students of health sciences, they're always in their class with their own friends. Students of agriculture, they're always on the other side. Students of management, students of business, everybody's always in this department. But to bond people together, maybe Brandon, let me ask you, what was your own experience of this field trip?
Actually, it was wonderful. And first of all, I want to thank the school for organizing this trip, because I had so many experience. For instance, I've been here in Boya for some time, but I've been going to Limbe, but I haven't gone to some of the places I went to yesterday. First of all, I went to the Holy Trinity Parish, Bota, which is around the seaside. It was a wonderful, historic.
And that's a very historic church. Those are one of the first 4 churches in that we had here.
Eventually, I saw the building. It was so good, and you see a quiet place to worship around the sea, where you are there worshiping. You know, the breeze, and you see you unite with the Holy Spirit so quietly. Actually, and then secondly, we went to the Limbe Down Beach. It was so wonderful. Some of the students had the first experience of climbing a horse. They were going from one place to another. Some were eating fishes. I had to go around the beach, see where they make canoes. I've never seen that before.
Okay.
So how canoes are being put into water and out of water. So how the women, they sell fish, the fresh fish, how they do the things and the rest. It was actually a wonderful experience. So how
Brandon, but you know it's very important, because there are some students who maybe they just come to Boya, they just come to study, and they come and end in Boya, they end at the classroom. But they've never seen Limbe, they've never gone to the beach, they've never seen all those. I think as you actually said, it was the first time to see all those people mending boats and doing everything. I think it's the experience of many others.
And exposure.
Yes.
It was like exposing us to the realities of life, the kind of things you have never experienced before. Were exposed to it yesterday, and we saw it, how things are being done. You know, as you actually said, some of us come here, most of them had to buy fish from the riverside and give it for them for the women to roast it for them. But some of them, at times, we just go to Conche, get some fish, and you will not actually get the real taste of a fresh fish from the river. So it was actually wonderful.
Okay. But Brandon, did you actually achieve that bonding experience which the school intended, to make the students to come together, to bond, even the students of the various departments, to get to bond yourself, as well as refreshing as the program was, also to get to bond with other students?
Yes, yesterday I met some students I've never seen before in school.
Okay.
Because since we are a university, we have different schools. I had to make friends with some students I've never met, and I didn't even know their school. We came together, we shared something together, and we were able to relate. We were able to exchange contact. So it actually helped me to know students from other schools. You understand, we are in a university. We don't have the same timetable. We don't usually be in school at the same time. So it's difficult to know everybody. But I was able to meet some good new friends, and we had to relate.
Okay. On President Zilis, did you actually achieve your goals of bonding the students together, bringing the students together to relax and to also showcase the school?
Well, I'll say it was a beautiful experience, and I think the aim of the field trip was achieved, because I think I saw some joy in the students. There was a lot of togetherness. People were discussing, like the bond was just there. Personally, I was able to meet some new, like we have been in the same school, but I was able to see some students for the first time, get to talk to them, interactions, changing contacts, taking pictures. So it was a whole lot of fun. It was loud music and all of that. Wow. So I think the aim was really, really achieved.
Yes, Zilis, what was your favorite part of this of this program?
My favorite part of the whole thing was that I'll say I was able to conquer a fear. Okay. So I had the opportunity to ride a horse at Down Beach. I was so scared, but I'm happy. It was a beautiful experience. It was so fun, and I'm very grateful the school was able to grant us this opportunity to go out
on a field trip with the students.
Thank you. Actually, as you said, learning does not end in class, and learning without playing makes Jack a dull boy. I think it's a very important activity. I think it's very important in the fact that, given the fact so that we are having examinations upcoming in just next week, we'll be beginning with exams. I think it was necessary to go out to relax. Maybe you've studied so much, you have to relax your mind and take a little bit of air before going. I think it's something which we should, other schools should also actually emulate. I think, because it made the students to bond together, to come together, and to grow in that unity, in that bond, that EOC. I don't know, what about the values of the school? You know, CUIB has a lot of values that it keeps up. So I don't know, were the values really maintained throughout this field trip?
Yes, Father, the values were maintained. First of all, CUIB have a variety of values you can actually tap from. We have the first one for me, holistic learning. First of all, when we went to Limbe yesterday, the first place we visited was the Holy Trinity Parish. That's to show you that even though we are going for a trip that is to socialize, but we have to put God first. As we have been doing it in school. Every day we usually have mass at 12. We call the EOC hour. Secondly, the economy of communion, being together, taking care of each other. Like, for instance, the president of Stuttgart, I want to appreciate him for his good work. When others were going out, not every student is financially upright. When everybody was going out, some were left in the bus, like in the down beach. But I saw the sacrifices he made. He had to go out from his own personal pocket, get something for the students who were in the bus, and give to them. So that was actually an experience actually applauded. That was an actual applauded personally, and I wished to do that. I learned something from him.
Good.
And we're there we had fun. But we didn't have fun at going out of the values of our university. You didn't see some indecent dresses, like how you see people going. They will say they are going to the beach. They want to just do anyhow or do whatever they want. But everybody was calm. When they say this is the time we are doing this, you see everybody going to the bus. When they say it's time to go to here, everybody is doing what actually the institution wanted us to achieve during that trip. So we had a whole lot of experience, and I think our values were not actually
Yes, because you know it's very important, because as you go out, there are a lot of people who are looking. Somebody may just look at the way you behave outside there and just say, I would like to send my child to that school. I would like to send my daughter or my son to that school, just because they see the way you comport yourself, just the way they see the way you carry yourself. So when you go out as an institution, it matters a lot. As president of Stuttgart, how did you evaluate the journey?
Okay, to throw more light firstly on the core values of the institution, CUIB is bent on 3 core values, that is the academic, pastoral, and entrepreneurial. Firstly, he said, okay, this is a small story, like an experience. Before we went out for this field trip, we had 2 buses, and before the trip, the president, Father Bartholomew of our institution, he prayed, like he actually prayed for us, bless the buses, our bus drivers, to show you how pastoral our institution is. And the first place we were able to visit in this trip was Bota, the church in Bota, that's Holy Trinity. Some students went to the parish to pray and all of that, to show you how effective the pastoral arm in our institution is. The academic arm next. Studying, like I said, I'm saying this for the 3rd time, I guess. Learning without playing makes Jack a dull boy. There's supposed to be a balance, learning and playing, which made up the academic arm of our institution. Then next we have the entrepreneurial arm.
So while we're going this whole journey, there was a lot of noise, music, and it was, I think, a source of sensitization to the whole population, because many people were really interested. They were looking at us, our flags flying, and also our banners in front of our buses. So I think this really incorporates, and the journey was a very good one.
Okay, so thank you very much. Now there are many other activities upcoming again in that light. We have finished with the field trip. From there, we'll be entering class again for examinations.
Yes.
And after classes, we'll be going for.
We'll have a small end of year party. We call it gala. So after our examinations next month, Douala campus and Boya campus will be having their gala night 2025. It's an activity, it's a culture. It holds every year. It's an end of year activity where students come again to show this act of economy of communion, this bond, feeling of togetherness and all of that. It's where students come to say bye-bye for the academic year and all of that. So that's what we'll be looking forward to after our examinations.
So how bonded do you keep with your alumni, the ex-students of the school?
I think there is a bond between students, present students, and our alumni, because there is always a meeting, and also during our graduation ceremonies, we can see that our alumni students send gifts, presents. Last year, I was able to witness a speech from the previous students, because they have an association.
Okay.
So if I graduate from this institution today, I still belong as an alumni because of the association that has been created. So there is a bond. The economy of communion in our institution continues even outside the institution.
Okay. Brandon, turning back to you, what advice will you give to any parent outside there who is considering where to send his son or the daughter, given the fact that there are many schools around Boya and there are many places you can send your child to? Why do you think somebody should actually send the child to the Catholic University of Boya?
First of all, CUIB is not just a university that trains professionals, but it trains entrepreneurial students.
Okay.
It produces entrepreneurial students. For instance, I'm a pharmacy tech student, but aside of being a pharmacy tech student, I have other activities CUIB has given me that I can actually do to raise some income for my own self. So as a parent, if you are considering sending your child to university, we don't just send children to the university, we want to send them, but sending your child to CUIB, a school where it's entrepreneurial, you're going to learn a lot of skills. We have the trade fair. We usually during the trade fair we hosted, as CUSAB, we hosted a stand. So even the level 1 students who had never gone for internship, they had never done practicals, they had the opportunity to learn some of these basic things done in the hospital. So before you even go to the hospital, before you even do practicals, you already know a whole lot. So I advise parents to send their children to CUIB. Secondly, it's not just a university you just come and learn and go home. It's a holistic university where when you know that you are sure that if you are send my child there, the conduct my child is living with from the house, we maintain, because we have the as you said, the pastoral arm, we have the administrative arm that guides students.
Okay.
Guides students in whatever they do, both in school and at home. I'm privileged to say I could get up anytime, any day and get to my dean. I could get up anytime, any day and get to my chaplain, maybe if I'm stressed emotionally, socially or something. So it helps to build your child, maintain actually the core values you want to see in your child. So I will actually advise parents to send their children to CUIB, because CUIB is a place to be the entrepreneurial mindset university.
I don't know, could you talk a little bit about CUSAP? Could you encourage people about belonging to the School of Health Sciences? Is there any particularity that you may have in the School of Health Sciences that maybe what are the benefits of those who like to do health sciences and that will be found in the Catholic University of Boya?
Okay, one of the best benefit I've seen is that we have a whole lot of School of Health Sciences in this Boya, but what differentiates CUIB from them is we have internship twice in a school year.
Okay.
We don't just, so in some schools it's just once. We have internship twice in a school year in such a way that before you go out there, imagine before you go in for an exam, you have gone in for like 5 to 6 internships.
Wow.
That's one benefit that is not. And then you go out for internship, you don't limit yourself to the region you are, or maybe the environment you are. For instance, like now we are going for internship in Douala after our exams, 2 months internship for that in Douala. You'll be exposed in a different environment, and you have the opportunity to learn French. You have the opportunity to know how to deal with people with different linguistic background. And secondly, as a professional medical student, you're not limited just to Cameroon. So the facilities you cannot find here in the southwest, we have it here, there in the littoral, in the central region, that where we go to and actually experience and learn a lot, so that maybe after your school you decide to go out there, maybe in out of the country. You will not have to be doubting that what is this, because CUIB have helped you to be exposed. For instance, like in Lakanti is a big hospital that is a reference hospital that has almost all the different departments in the hospital you cannot find here in Boya or maybe around southwest, but it's going to expose us, and we are going to adapt to the system. So in the case that if we leave Cameroon, we can actually function out of Cameroon properly. That is the entrepreneurial side of CUIB, the growth mindset that they are trying to give to us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Looking at you, Brandon, I just remembered what a friend of mine told me there in Cali University. He said when he was once asked that which school is he from, he said the Cali University Institute of Boya, and he said no doubt. And when he asked why, he was told that he looks decent. I'll just look at you, looking very, very decent also. Until it's very decent. Is there anything from that perspective that they instill in students? Because even out of the university, you see them, they shave well, no piercings, no, well dressed, no a lot of this indecent attires or looks. Are there any values which are instilled from the school itself, which even after you leave there, it still remains with you everywhere you go?
Yes, Father, discipline is the first thing. Okay. In CUIB, if you like it or not, you have to learn. Because it's not just like the other universities you see around. In CUIB, if they say this is how you have to do it, you have to do it that way. So at times students you see, we are not in a college, we are not in the primary school where you are subdued in doing everything. But no, that's not it. But they prepare you in such a way that if you leave CUIB, you will not have problems out there. For instance, if you are to attend a program at 10, you make sure you come there at 10. In CUIB, first of all, as I said, discipline. If you come to school 15 minutes after the class, you miss the class. Okay. And just to make students be committed with their studies, if you have like 75, you don't have up to 75% attendance, you don't write the exams, which you don't have a consequences. You pay the cost and you receipt it, and then in CUIB, to first of all receipt the course is not easy. So every student want to let me study and pass this course so that I will not have the stress in coming to.
I think that 75% is attendance is very important, really, because there are some students that may feel that they will not come to school and at the end they just read their notes and pass. But I believe that the way CUIB, the education in CUIB is, there are a lot of things you learn which are not only your class notes. As you were talking about the EOC, and that just the entrepreneurial spirit. There are a lot of activities within the school that you have to learn in order. Your attendance is, your presence is very important. Yeah. I think from that perspective.
And also, just to throw more light on what he said, the Calic University Institute of Boya is a growth mindset entrepreneurial university with a vision of empowering future leaders. Bringing up
future leaders with moral and spiritual values. So the Catholic University ensures that it instills not only academics into its students, they also instill morals and spiritual value into their students. That's why the students from the Catholic University Institute of Boya are easily distinct from other students because of maybe their mannerism and behaviors. This is because of the vision that the Catholic University has put out there.
Okay. Yes.
Let me add something. One of the values the Catholic University actually practice. You will not come to Catholic University and you see a whole lot of difference between the students and the administration. For instance, you come to school on Wednesdays, you don't know, even the president, you don't know that this is the president of CYB.
Everybody is with a corporate way.
T-shirt. And in a normal day, you see students bonding, students cooperating, talking to the president. You see that kind of closeness, that kind of unity, togetherness in school.
Family
you cannot differentiate between.
Family now one.
You cannot differentiate between.
Because very true. Because sometimes you can go to some schools to even see the principal or the president or the it's you book appointments upon appointments, but with in the Catholic University, everybody is one. I think it's a corporate spirit where even with the teachers, that bonding is very clear. Everybody knows his position. It does not give disrespect. It rather gives respect. We are together. We are students, but they know you are the teacher. They respect you.
And the good thing there again is we have the director of students affairs in school, but in CIB you can easily go direct to the president and say, I have this, father, I have this worry, these things, and father will immediately act on it. So that's one of the values that we actually hold strong in CIB.
Okay, thank you very much, my dear students from Stuga, the president of Stuga Zilis. And Brandon, thank you very much for being here this day with us. And I think it has been a beautiful program with you here in the studio. For general supervision today, it came from the station manager, Madam Joyce Mbong. And technical assistance today was from Brother Ambrose Tassang. Today, I have been your host, Father Roderick Yangsi. Stay tuned to GMR TV for many more interesting programs. For now, it is a bye-bye.